welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full-faced tutorial for you guys. I have my headband on, keep my curly hair out of the way. I'm going to be taking you through step by step everything that I do, including my eyebrows. I do my eyebrows a little bit different than most people do. A lot of people will do concealer after to clean everything up, but what I actually do is I actually put the concealer under before I have a hair. What is this? Anyway, I actually put the concealer under my eyebrows as a guide to help me fill them in so I don't get too crazy, because as you can see my eyebrows are extremely sparse. I have like none. So this just helps me to be able to fill them in without going too crazy. I use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer, and I use this in the color Fair Neutral. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the shape that I want for my brows. And I'll bring the camera in just a little bit more so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And the brush that I use, this is actually a brush by Essence. It's called the eyeliner brush, and it's just like this little green brush. I really like this, and it was like $1. So first I'm gonna start out by brushing my brows. And I'm just brushing out a little bit. So now I just put a little bit of that concealer, the Urban Decay concealer, on my little glass dish plate thingy. I'm going to take that brush and I'm just going to go into that very lightly. This actually dries pretty quickly, and I don't want it to dry so fast that I can't clean it up afterwards. I don't want a harsh line of concealer underneath my eyebrows. And I just do a faint line. Probably really can't even see that. Now for my actual eyebrow pencils, I actually use the NYX micro brow pencils, and I use them in two different colors. I use the ash brown color where I need to fill in more sparse areas, like right in here where I really don't have any brows. I use this because it's a little bit darker. And then I use the taupe color where my, towards the front and up here where I don't need it to be as dark. And I just like to start lining the bottom just like this and filling in the front where it's really super sparse. And you just want to do light little strokes, nothing too heavy-handed. You gotta go slow, otherwise your brows are gonna look crazy. Nobody has time for that. And I like to brush. Once I get the front filled in, I like to brush everything down so that I can outline my arch and the rest of my eyebrow. Now once I have the general shape done here, I like to go in with the ash brown color and start filling in the more sparse areas where I was not blessed. And towards the tail. So big difference, this one's done, this one is just what the good Lord gave me, which, you know, whatever. I like it a little fuller though. So now I'm just going to do the same exact process as I did with this brow and just start filling it in. Okay, so brows are done. They're not perfect, but they're something. I'm going to use shadow shields today. I normally use tape, but I just bought some of these and I never used them, so I figured why not give them a try. I feel like they make me talk funny. So I have these two limited edition Wet n Wild palettes that I haven't used yet. This one I bought last year, and this is the Wet n Wild Vegan Culture palette, and it just has all these really pretty like green colors. I'm probably going to be using this one here, this mint color. And then I also got this 2NDO iGoGo, and these are both limited edition. This palette right here you can actually still get in the store, and you can also get it on their website. This other one, you can't buy it in store. It was something that they were selling last year, but I do think you can buy it on Amazon if you're like super into it. If not, you can just, you know, use similar colors that you have. And I'm not going to be using my favorite transition shade today, Courtney. I'm actually going to use my Sonia Kashuk Ion Neutral Matte 2 palette. And I'm going to use this color here to set my primer. And then I'm probably going to mix these two for my transition color. And then for my primer, I'm going to be using my MAC Paintely Paint Pot. And I'm just going to use my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. I've never used this as a crease brush ever, but I do use it for my primer. I'm just gonna go ahead and prime. And now I'm gonna go into this first shade from the Sonia Kashuk palette here and just set everything. I remember when I very first bought a primer, I didn't know that you needed to set it with another shadow, so I would just put it on and then start putting my shadows on, and they would be so harsh and I couldn't get them to blend out. And then after watching a bunch of tutorials, I realized that I was supposed to actually set the primer since it's, you know, wet and sticky, but I didn't know that. I'm going to go into this color here and this color here. I'm going to mix those together for my transition shade. And I'm just going to start putting that into the crease. Now I'm going to go into this 2NDO iGoGo palette, and I'm going to go into that purple shade in the middle, and I'm going to use a Morphe M433 brush. It's just a fluffy brush. And I don't know how pigmented these shades are, so we'll see. Just going to start working that in from the outer crease to the inner. I'm just going to take that original Morphe M441 brush that has the transition shade on it, and I'm just going to kind of blend over so there's no harsh lines, my favorite word. I want to kind of deepen it up just a little bit in here. This is another limited edition palette from last year from Wet n Wild, the thrift store Chic. And I'm going to go into the little thing. There they go. I'm going to go into this color right here. Focus! This one. Just very lightly. I just want to kind of deepen up the crease there. I'm going to look up into my mirror so that I can place the pigment like directly into the crease. So I don't want it to be too dark. I just want it to be a light application. And this brush that I'm using is an M505 by Morphe, and it's just a pointed crease brush. Just pick up a little bit more. You can already see where it's kind of a little darker. I'm just going to do the same thing again. I'm going to look into the mirror. Just put that pigment right there. Just want to give it a little more definition. I'm gonna go into this mint shade that's in the Vegan Culture palette, this shade right here, and I'm gonna put that on the outer corner. Might need to wet these. And now I'm gonna go into that next shade. This is the shade from the To India I Go-Go, the top shade there. This like really pretty, if it'll focus, champagne-y color. It's very sparkly. I'm just going in with an e.l.f. smudge brush. Man, ooh, those are really sticky. Oh gosh, I feel like I ripped skin off. Ooh. For primer, I'm going to use my Dr. Brandt Pores No More. And I'm just going to put that basically right in here, just to cover up any problem pores that I have. And you just want to kind of tap this in since it is a pore filler. And for the redness that's all over my face, like everywhere, I'm going to be using my LA Girl, LA Girl Pro Conceal in green. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my little doodad here, the little glass thingy. Just a little, gosh, that was a lot. That was way more than I needed, but we'll make it work. This stuff's really good for concealing redness. And to apply it, I'm going to use my Real Techniques Duo Fiber Eye Brush. I like this for applying this concealer because it it applies it lightly. So, but I'm just going to use this to apply it, and then I'll use a beauty blender to shear it out. I have a lot of redness on my face. I've been eating horribly, and my face really reacts to that badly. I should just put this like all over my face at this point. I think that's it. No, wait, down here. And right there. Why not? Now I'm going to just take my beauty blender, my damp beauty blender, and just make sure that there's no like thick layers of it. I don't want it thick for when I put my foundation on. Put a little more right here. Alright, and now for foundation, I'm going to be using the Mehron Celebre HD Pro Cream Foundation in the color Light 3LT3, and it's a thick cream, and it comes in this little container like this. This is the back of it. I bought this because I heard that Kylie Jenner uses it and her skin always looks flawless. I bought it initially and I'm like, wow, this is really thick, and like a little goes a long way. And I hated it. But I recently got these LC Glow Enhancer Dry Face Oil Drops. And what I've been doing is mixing this in with this and then applying it with the Real Techniques, what is this brush? Deluxe or Expert Face Brush. And this is really nice. It comes out really nice and it gives a lot of coverage. So what I do is I just take the dropper and I just put a couple of drops right on top. And then just take the brush and dip it right in. And I like to take my little glass thing and kind of wipe off any excess so it's not clumpy or anything like that. And then just start dotting it all over. And you'll see just from me dotting it that it gives a lot of coverage. And I just like to pat it in. Foundation's all done. Now I'm going to go into my concealer. And for concealer, I've got the new Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer. And I think, yeah, I got this in Fair, which is the lightest shade they make. I've heard that this is extremely pigmented, so I need to be cautious. The applicator is insane. Like, that's enormous. Kind of has a weird smell. And I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge to just blend it all in. To bake, I'm going to use my RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm just going to dip my Real Technique sponge right in. I'm just going to let that bake sit, and I'm going to powder the rest of my face with my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores translucent powder. Translucent. And now I'm going to go ahead and wipe away that bake. I use my Morphe M438 brush. This is really great for getting right underneath the eyes. Okay, and now I'm going to contour a little bit. And I'm going to use my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Everybody knows what this looks like. And contour, I'm actually going to use this light shade right here. Just a light snatch. I'm going to take a little more of that RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm going to put that right below. Just a very light amount of it. Just to clean up. This kind of helps the contour to be a little more like sharp. And we can go ahead and wipe that away now. Okay, now for blush, I'm going to use a new blush, and this is the Almay Smart Shade Powder Blush in Coral. And it looks like this. It's super pretty. I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks with my Morphe E4. And this is one of the new Morphe E4 brushes. Go ahead and warm up my forehead a little bit with my MAC Give Me Sun. This is a mineralized Skinfinish. Really love this. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight, and I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Starlight Illuminator, and it is broken. Piece just fell out, but that's what it looks like. I'm going to use my Morphe M501 brush to highlight the tops of my cheekbones. Above my eyebrows. tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and my chin. I like to do the bridge of my nose as well. So I'm going to go back into that Sonia Kashuk palette, and I'm going to go back into this shade here and this shade up here and mix those together with the same brush and kind of run that along the lower lash line. I actually decided to go into this color here, and I'm going to run that along the lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and pop on some lashes, and these are the Marilyn Lashes by KOKO Lashes, and they're like super wispy. Now for lips, I'm going to line my lips using the MAC lip liner and Subculture. And for my lipstick, I'm going to be using the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Versailles from their new Summer Metallics Limited Edition collection. Yes. It smells like cupcakes. This is a gorgeous color. So pretty. So this is the finished look. If you guys enjoyed it, leave me a comment down below. Make sure to thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video so that other people can enjoy this video too. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.